Hi, my name is Emma. I am the writer and co-director of this project. This is the third project I've written for Aggiemation, but the first one I've ever directed on, which was really cool. I have loved getting to see this process from like beginning to end. It was so cool to be able to like pitch a story and then have people be like, "Yeah, I want to make your story," and then actually make it. Crazy, crazy stuff, people. Um, I was mostly involved in the stop motion part of the animation, which was honestly like some of the most fun I've ever had. I love stop motion. I love watching stop motion. The fact that I got to make one and not only make one, but make it with like the most incredible people I've ever met has just been so amazing. Truly, I cannot sing the praises of this club enough. Everybody here is so dedicated and so kind. It's so amazing to make a project with people who truly care about what they're working on and also care about you as a person. So that's been really awesome. Um, Shout out to my fellow co-directors and presidents. We got Katie and Merritt. You guys are the best. Um, it's also been really cool getting to see, like I said, project beginning to end, seeing how different people storyboard and how all of it can come together into a project. It's been also really cool doing a multimedia project. I never in like a billion years thought that that was going to be something that I was capable of doing. But getting to see how 2D artists and their specialty and stop motion 3D artists and their specialty come together in this really like masterful way has just been super awesome. I've really had a great time with this club. I am so excited for this film to come out. It means a whole lot to me to see the ideas that were in my head at 6 a.m. be on a screen. So I really hope you guys enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Kayla,
I'm Emily.
and we both worked on scene 10 for the 2D animation. I did the buff zombie.
And I did the Glob Zombie. So the Glob Zombie, I think he's the best zombie. Let's make this very clear.
For me, what was most difficult was dealing with the overlaying gravestones, which were filmed separately, and I had to draw the 2D buff zombie on top of that. So it was kind of difficult to layer it and then erase the parts that were needed. But I solved that by just cutting out the gravestones and putting a blue filter over that. So I didn't have to go through the pain of erasing everything.
I just drew around it. But for the Blob Zombie, I think the best, I mean, not the best, the hardest part about it was the weird physics that he has because the Blob Zombie is a blob and has no legs. So he kind of like moves like that slug from Monsters University. Actually, no, he doesn't. But he moves like a slug. um, and that was weird because that's not a normal walk cycle. So just like also jumping over the fence was weird. Like he just onto the ground and left like goo. Oh no, the worst part was when I made. Don't react like that. The worst part is when I drew the green drips, and then Katie said it looked like worms, so I had to redraw it all. So, yeah, that was the worst part.
Did you like anything?
I loved it.
Actually, I really enjoyed animating the character designs. I thought they were so fun and shaped, and I just had a great time overall in this club.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm gonna be the vice president next quarter.
Hi, I'm Kate Sung, and I worked on the stop motion crew for our Aggiemation project. It's untitled, so I don't know what to call it yet. And I had a lot of fun. We did so much, and yeah, it was crazy. There was so many things that we did, and we stayed over like very late into the night for a couple of times. Some things I remember most were our elevator photos that we took after each session. Um, and yeah, oh, like we did a lot of problem solving that was involved. For example, we didn't know how to make it so that the set was transportable. And so like when we were gluing the grass and the dirt and the rocks, we had to find several ways to do that. Um, and it was, yeah, a very interesting experience.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I am the secretary of Aggiemations, but I was also in charge of doing the 2D animations for the little girl, also officially known as LG, and also did a couple of turnaround designs and did reference filming for the zombies in the first part of production. For the little girl design, I remember at first there was a bunch of pitches for the character design. There was braids, there was a bunch of different hairstyles, clothes, but I remember there was one where the little girl was wearing a pan on her head, and then we thought, what if the little girl was wearing a bucket hat? But then what if the little girl was wearing a bucket as a hat? So that's where the current design came from.
Hi, my name is Bowen, and I work on the first scene when the flower is still alive, and then on the later scenes when they are dying by the acid, and then I also working on a groupie zombie.
And what are some challenges you had working on your 2D animation?
When I'm working on the groupie zombie, for some reason I click a button and then delete all of the scene I created. I maybe like just delete like a frame or that kind of thing, like a layer. So all the picture on that layer was all deleted. And then I Google, and then if there's a method, I could undo this process and then make my drawings back. But Google told me there's no way to do this because this app is so silly. So I just got to do everything again. Yeah.
Did you have any fun memories in this club?
Yeah, I think like all the meetings are fun, especially when we're building the stop motion set. It's just like every time when we like pair this set up and then when it's built, everybody is just looking through the box. Like, yeah.
What was the experience being in the club from fall quarter all the way to spring?
It is pretty fun, and then it's quite fascinating. Like at the beginning, I really curious about like how are you going to like make this happen, like corroborate everybody to do all this kind of thing, and then yeah, at the end, I really fascinated by this. Really cool.
Hey, I'm Kareem Abusido. I go by Crispy Kareem, and I worked on the 2D animation process. One of the scene I specifically worked on was the buff zombie on the walking through the graveyard scene with all the other zombies. The process was at least a little bit of trial and error. I initially had the wrong perspective. First of all, I like made it animate like in front of a grave instead of behind, so I had to redo an outline process. And mainly, the first process was just film a reference. I filmed myself at 2 a.m. walking in my house, and I was trying to give it a little oomph in the walking personality. And yeah, I just kind of like acted like a zombie so I could, make the thing a little better to reference. And yeah, I did the coloring process. I put some goo physics into the whole walking steps. And yeah, I thought that was pretty cool trying to align it with the perspective. And yeah, it turned out fantastic, I believe.
Oh, okay. Hi, my name's Yara, and I worked on one of the 2D scenes for LG, and this is actually my first time animating. Um, I think my biggest struggle was like showing emotion because since she was like wearing the bucket on her head, I was like, I wasn't sure how to show like some type of emotion. So in terms of showing emotion for that scene, I was really inspired by anime because I'm just a big fan of anime. So I looked at a lot of pictures for reference for like that sweat drop to make it show that she was like nervous. And I used like exclamation marks too for like to show her being surprised. Um, yeah. I just wish I joined this club earlier because I didn't know that it was going to be this fun and that I was going to learn so much in a short amount of time. And this made me even more excited to work on like other animations in the future and hopefully work with the same kind of lovely team. Yeah, this is an amazing experience.